Okay, so in this video, let's discuss BunkBot. This is one of the best kind of sniping bots for Solana. Completely free to use, very, very useful. So when I'm doing Solana trades, I pretty much always use this particular bot. Now, BunkBot has a few bots. And the reason for that is just so you always kind of have a backup one in case you wanted to use that, in case with one, the transaction isn't going through. But again, we're not going to lose sleep over that. Basically, the one I'm using is called BunkBot Sonic. It's add Sonic and then space BunkBot. So this is the one if you want to use the same one. Or you can go to the website and Twitter and pick some of the other ones as well. It's completely fine to use. So you click start to use it. Very easy. Now here it's telling me I've got a current balance, no open positions. So that's what it will show for you, but very likely it will show that you have no balance. So it will show you how you can add Solana to it. And it's perfectly safe to do. I've been using this for a long time now. And what you want to do in terms of sending money, very easy. If you're using Phantom, for example, the Phantom wallet, you send Solana. And when it says recipient address, you put the wallet address from here into that transaction and then send some. So start with sending 1 sol or 2 sol or even less, just so you're happy that it's actually come through. And then you can refresh the BunkBot here because it only takes seconds, maximum a minute for everything to come through. And then we can have a look at the settings. But basically here, you can see they have buy, sell and manage, refer friends, settings, refresh, etc. It's mainly wallet and settings we want to look at. So let's click on some of these buttons and get everything set up. So if you click on wallet, first of all, nothing special happens. It just gives the address of your wallet and the balance. But also it gives you an option there to deposit SOL, withdraw a certain amount. So you can withdraw it all or a certain amount. So these are kind of the native settings it has already, the default settings. And these are fine. There's nothing you need to do with these at all. So anytime, you made good profits and you're up and your balance is 20 SOL and you want to send 10 back to your Phantom wallet and then put it into a centralized exchange or what have you, you can withdraw XSOL. So click on withdraw XSOL and then just type in the amount in the chat. Just type in 10 and then click enter and then it will go through and then check in your Phantom wallet or whatever you're using that you actually received the SOL. That's it. Very easy. So that's wallet. Now let's click on settings. Okay, so in settings, it's giving you some information about it, but don't worry, I will explain everything anyway. And here, as we scroll further down, we're just going to go through it one by one. Just to make things kind of easy so you understand each and every setting, because the default one you'll see is very different from this. And I've changed around a lot of these buttons because I find it a lot easier for me. But after trading for a while, you may want to adjust it as you go along. It depends on your trading style, the position sizes you're trading, etc. Okay, so first of all, auto buy, never mess about with that. You don't want to be automatically buying collections, especially as a beginner or even a medium experienced trader. So don't mess with that. So that's all disabled. Now, button configurations, you see something different in terms of left and right. It might be 1 SOL and then 5 or something like that. I've set it as 1 or 2. And the reason for that is nowadays, in terms of position sizes, notice that, I've been trading for a while. I still don't want my buttons to be showing crazy amounts because as I showed you in previous videos, you want to average into a position anyway. You want to take your time into a position. So if I've got good confidence, I'll put 2 or just 1. And because these tends to be the most common, this is why they're on the buttons. But remember, when you're actually placing a trade, it gives you an X option where you just type in the amount of SOL you want, whether it's 0.4, 4.4, whatever you want. So it makes it very easy to understand from that point of view. Sell buttons, I've kept it as 25 and 50 because a lot of the time, even when I'm selling, again, I want to do it slowly. I don't want to suddenly sell all of my position and then have problems with slippage. And then sometimes I want to sell some profits along the way as we're going up. So I might want to sell 25% and then another 25, another 25. Just realize that if you do 4 25s in a row, that doesn't take your position to 0. So just remember that as well. It's 25% off the amount remaining. So just have a little think about that. But so at the end, when you've got only a little bit left, you want to click sell all, basically, which is very different. So you want to sell 100%. So you could set this up as 25% on the left and 100 on the right, or 50 on the left and 100 on the right. Because then the right one, as soon as you click 100%, it doesn't matter what position you have, it'll just immediately sell. The way I've got it set up, you're messing about a little bit more where you click the X and then you have to type in 100. Again, I'll show you that in just a minute, so don't worry for now. Slippage, I've set as 3%. you could adjust this a little bit if you want to. The problem is when you're doing wave one and there's very little liquidity and a lot of volatility, you can't have this too low because your transaction just won't go through. And if you're trying to make anywhere between 50% to 200% per trade, 3% you don't care about. Like, you're happy to give up 3%. Otherwise, literally your transaction just won't go through. So it's up to you how you want to set this up. I sometimes adjust it, but I keep it around anywhere from 2% to 4% mark. And then the max price impact, I keep at 7. If I keep this lower at 3 or 4, that's fine too. But this is the absolute maximum. What it's asking you is, look, if price went 7% more or less than what you think you're buying it for, are you still happy for it to go through? And the thing is, if you keep this at 4, you'll get an immediate alert when you're trying to do a transaction that says, actually, the maximum price impact is 5.69. Are you happy with that? And then by the time you're messing about clicking buttons and confirming things, the moment has passed. So if you keep it at 7, generally it will go through without asking you all of these questions. So 7 or 8% there. MEV Protect. You can click on this and change the settings, but generally I've got it on Protect, and I've got this one on Turbo below. There is another option called Secure. And again, it's just trying to protect your transactions. But the thing is, if you have it as secure, your transaction goes so slowly, you can't be a sniper trader and trade wave one. It just takes forever to do the trade. And also a lot of the time, again, it doesn't go through. You don't want that. So I keep this at turbo and I keep transaction as priority. To change any of these, you just keep clicking on them. So if you click on turbo here, for example, you can see it's changed to secure. But let me click it on again and it's changed back to turbo and it's confirmed it below. Transaction priority, very high. And even this one, you can set to medium, you can set to high or very high. I want it as very high because I need these trades to go through. When I'm selling a position, I need it to kind of sell, not mess about. When I'm buying a position and I'm buying a really nice dip, I want it to get on with it. I don't mind if I overpay 10%, because if I miss that trade and price starts pumping, I might end up paying double. I don't want that. And I'm going to show you on that on a chart in just a moment as well. And that's it. And then when you're done with all of those settings, you can click on close. Now this one, this is basically your priority setting for sell. Now, for some reason, this is dropped to default, which is low. I like to keep this a little bit higher. So we're going to actually move this up because it's too low at the moment. So it's 0.001. Let's move this to 0.01 and then click enter. And you can see that priority fees actually gone up. You can make it even more than that. It's just, as long as the kind of transactions are going through, I'm not kind of that bothered. And still the fee is ridiculously low, and that's the good thing about Solana. The fees are generally very low. So what we're going to do next is we're going to practice with this, and we're going to start placing some trades live. I'm literally going to do it live with you. We're going to do a bit of live trading. No idea how it's going to go. Might make money, might lose a little bit of money. Who knows? Let's have a go and then see using the bot itself when we actually place trades. Thanks for listening.